As some of you know, our family origins are from Yamaguchi, Japan and Hiroshima. And through the efforts of my brother and I for the last couple of months, we've been working on getting the required information to register our mother to our family's Koseki Tohon. Basically, the Koseki Tohon is a family registry that keeps track of all family members of a specific family. And after doing a lot of research and talking to a whole bunch of attorneys and legal professionals, we found that our mother actually qualifies to be added to her family Koseki Tohon in Yamaguchi. The interesting fact is our mother was born in Hawaii prior to August 15, 1959. And why that date's important is that's the date I believe that Hawaii officially became a state of the United States of America. And according to the laws at that time, people born in the territories of the United States were given nationalist status versus citizenship. And while the differences are minute, because I believe the only real difference is that you weren't really able to vote, our mother was legally allowed to stay in Hawaii, and then eventually when Hawaii did become part of the Union, she was given citizenship automatically. At the time of her birth, our grandfather and grandmother, according to Hawaii state law and the laws of Japan, were both Nihonjin, which means Japanese nationals. And because our grandparents were Japanese at the time of our mother's birth, that granted her the ability to be Japanese. And as Japan is a very patriarchal society, as long as the father of the person was Japanese at the time of their birth, they're entitled to Japanese citizenship. As long as the person has not voluntarily given up their citizenship to Japan and the father recognizes the child as their own. So as our mother basically cared for our grandfather most of his adult life and has proof via birth certificates that our grandfather was in fact her father, that is pretty much all the proof that the government needs. And because of the laws that are in place or were in place at the time of her birth, that's pretty much all they needed to verify that she didn't voluntarily accept citizenship to the United States. So somebody might ask, like, why does this matter? And in all honesty, it's kind of self-serving for my brother and I, because at the end of the day, when she's approved for citizenship or to be added to her Koseki Tohon, it's essentially granting her citizenship to Japan. And before anybody comes at me for that, she's legally allowed this because this is her birthright. But with that designation, my brother and I can change our visa status from intercompany transfer visas to basically familial visas, which would remove a lot of the restrictions in regards to what we can do as far as like business goes, which is one of the main reasons why we really want to push for this change. Currently, Japan does not support dual citizenship, and it doesn't really look like it's going to be happening anytime soon, although I believe dual citizenship in some way or form is kind of the answer to them solving their declining population situation. There are a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, that are in the same boat as our family, where they're either half Japanese, part Japanese, but they no longer live in Japan. And if all of those families were to do what my brother and I are currently doing for our mom, there's a potential to increase the population of Japan by quite a lot. Needless to say, I have to keep everybody updated on this because there's still a whole lot of stuff that we have to do. And I've gotten the paperwork finally in order, and we're going to start the process of adding our mom next month. And while it's a very complicated and technical situation that I have to make a separate video for, I can tell you that if your great grandparents were Japanese, and if your parent was born in a territory or anything like that in question, then there's a potential that they could be added to their Koseki as well. It's just going to take a little bit of time for you to look into all of this stuff, get the information that you need, and then do a little familial research in, your family's history so that you can have a better case. For us, this has been a project that's been going on for like 3 years, so we'll see where it goes, and I will keep everybody updated next month. Okay, bye!